Okay, so we're live with another week, another update. Though I'm not sure if it even is worth counting. There is this, which is not free, by the way. There's the Infinite Birthday Gift, that is free. The Weekly Ultimate, and that is yes, they're uh, uh, overcharging for all you can do is switch out visors and coatings. And even switch out helmets. As sad as that is. Their excuse is because it comes with multi-core coatings, it is of this value. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, this kind of looks cool thanks to the armor I'm using, but it's not even confirmed whether or not you have the ability to change the visor. So I don't know. Outside of that, we've got Fury, which is $5. I kind of feel like maybe $2 would be more accurate with just one. Combined the bash, however, then it would be worth $5. But that's just my thoughts, of course. The daily is the acid burn. And that is pretty much all they're doing for the anniversary. Feels like the saddest anniversary celebration ever, really. So, the brain fart. The make the stream a little more worth noting. There is supposedly a new maps for the what was it called? The event that they're doing that's like a throwback to Halo 3. Is that a default map? It's supposed to be like a bunch of Halo 3 maps that are Mountain Dewified, but although it was mentioned, it wasn't really detailed. Trying to see if I can't find any of those maps. Don't remember what they're called though. I just know like one's like based off of Guardian and Hit, and the images they showed them like with one with the Hit, and it used green lighting for some reason. But I'm not seeing it, even though I was hoping to see it. Ooh, that's nice. What was that? Real flush. Probably could do that one as a celebration. Try to get it custom game going for the match or something. There were a few things I was tracking as far as Forge updates regarding this, like a updated version of what was it called? Headlong, I think, from Halo 2 and Halo Reach. Hey, they really need to do some fine tuning. Doubt I'll get anybody joining, but might as well give it a go, if not for the stream alone. Because honestly, there's not enough content this week to warrant streaming otherwise. At least not on the Halo side. I have been thinking of merging the weekly update segments into a single version once I get a capture card to where I can cut out the gaps.
King of the Hill. Round 1. Hill incoming.
Capture and hold the available hill.
Hill ready.
Not as smooth. Isn't exactly taking like it used to. Like Halo 1.
Hill move.
Looking for it.
5 minutes remaining.
Except for these weird gaps. in the hill, I was thinking
Hill move.
like it would be one of those older style versions of it. Did like a checkpoint system, flag or hill only needed to be captured, drove into, and then capture it. So it was like a checkpoint.
Hill move.
Can't even tell where the hills are.
Hill move.
It's weird because like I remember this enough that having issues with it because it's just not right. Like mainly with all these weird holes.
Hill
They're
move.
very deceptive. And I feel like I'm gonna fall for that one. But most of these holes are appearing in the pathways that I took pretty much every time I did them all level. So, like, I have a certain path that I'm so used to doing and I've memorized.
Hill
that
move.
I can't. What am I supposed to do now? Just keep on getting lost. Okay, so there, but not there. Maybe?
Hill move.
Also doesn't help with the infinite warthog. I don't exactly want like the walk warthog. Maneuvers aren't the same either.
10 seconds. Tie. Round 2. Hill incoming.
Now open for business.
Hill ready. minutes remaining.
Okay. Wow. Love how it kicks me from my own server, basically. And it figures it did it right when I was getting used to the differences. Wow, that did not help at all. In fact, it was the opposite of helping. I guess I passed it. There's so much I want to try being able to do with streaming. Like, there's this new co-pilot thing on Twitch that would be interesting. I haven't really read much together. Haven't read much about it, but from what little I've read, but prior to its release, was
King of the Hill.
streamer and orders the interact with each other.
Round 1. Hill incoming.
Locate the hill. Become its administrator.
Hill ready. Hill move. Five minutes remaining.
These invisible physics really
Hill move.
off-putting.
Carpool lane pass. Now valid.
Hill move. Hill move.
High occupancy vehicles may proceed.
I don't know what they got caught on.
Hill move. Hill control. Hill move.
Okay.
Hill controlled. Round one.
Oh, I'm wanting to run up to the ship.
Round two. Hill incoming.
Please continue your success.
Hill ready.
Now that it's working better. Oh, it's not on.
Hill move. 5 minutes remaining. Hill move. Hill move. Hill move. Hill move. Hill move.
Okay, interesting. So if you die, you're basically a mid-side. This would be interesting to see it updated with bots, so it's more like more like the campaign version, but where teams are free for all, groups of players are racing.
Hill move.
But with the hill being like on the actual landing pad with the
Seconds. Round
right setup.
Round 3.
And
Hill incoming.
Say no to choking.
Victory.
Too bad it's more, I think that's a broadsword or punk. Too bad it's not the right vehicle for the map, or what it's supposed to be. The basically bomber vehicle. Alright, well, that's at least something for the anniversary celebration type thing. So, did I get that? Yeah, I own it. Okay. So, outside of that, that's pretty much all there is on the Infinite side of things. I will be switching to the Destiny side of things momentarily. Stay tuned. Huh. So I can technically switch games without stopping the stream. It's just a lot more loading time that's captured on the stream, I guess. I was kind of hoping, because I manually paused the stream, let me keep it paused until I load it in at the very least. But while we wait on the long loading processes of Destiny, but part of it could be the fact that I'm still using the original Xbox One model. There's a lot going on with Destiny right now, news-wise. Although much of it is partials and incomplete and vague. So it's what's the word? Piecemeal, I guess. The main things that are of note right now are the fact that we already know next season's name. 20 days left in the season, and with school and work and whatnot, I'm not going to be able to progress at all. Even if I went total Grindsville. Interesting. Oh hey, this shader's back. On certain items, it's got a very effect. Like, a good example is some of the Warlock class items, for example, have these tubes, like test tubes or batteries or something on the side. And if you use that shader on the class item, it literally makes the vials, glass tubes, or whatever they are, look like they're full of some electrically charged liquid. So it's a pretty good shader sinking filling is for those who are trying to focus on an arc design. I think it would be so funny if they had a joke version of this emote that's sort of like, I knight you. Oh, sorry, I just cut off your arm. Another good joke version would be, I knight thee. The headless corpse. Because instead of doing the knight tap thing with the blade, side of the blade, at the last moment, does a chop motion and decapitates the person that's supposed to be knighting. A little on the gruesome side, sure, but it would make for a good joke version of it. I really, really wish both Bungie and 343 actually use the Anthem version of texture, multi-layer textures. Out of all of Anthem, the visual customization of multi-layer textures, colorings, and whatnot that they did was the most innovated and the best part of the game. Or not so much best part, but the best design part of the game. I mean, you can basically get a crystalline texture. The default is supposed to be a clearish white, and change it any color with the color system. And there's also metals that, like, textures that you can do the same thing with. But then there's presets that you can't change the colors at the same time. But you select which materials go in what layered slot, which is a lot better than what you currently have available as far as cosmetic customization in Halo Infinite and Destiny. Although I went into a bit of detail of such in a previous video. Gift bounties are apparently offline all.
The Black Armory awaits your return.
So some of you may think that they wouldn't be able to do something like that because they wouldn't have anything way to make money. However, that's not entirely true. The easiest way to have the system like that and still be able to make money would be to basically, instead of individual coatings, you've got individual material types and textures that are sold instead. And then they could even be bundled. I don't even know if this Prime bundle is currently available because I redeemed it right after the last stream, and it said, like, what was it? Ending soon with a certain amount of days. So
Guardian.
it's possible that nobody else can get that bundle at this point, which would kind of make sense considering it's no longer October and Halloween celebrations are over. I don't know if those are randomized, but I'll do the coverage anyway.
No substitute for a full magazine.
Okay, so that's the Warlock side. Oh right, they this whole season I completely forgot about relatively new ritual function system, whatever it's called, that they added. Pretty much all my streams except for like the first two streams after that. There we go. So it's a Seraph Shield for this week. Not sure what was the Sheriff's Shield. These Revision 0, that was it. I don't think there's any real benefit of rerunning it after you run it the first time, though, as far as the exotic is concerned. And on the news sides of things, Bungie still hasn't confirmed anything about if we're gonna get a super long season. What was it? 23? Season of the Wish. But that is essentially the next season. which, based off the imagery, the name, and whatnot, it's gonna focus on the Dream City.
Hello again.
Honestly, one of the things I was thinking about is with some of the changes with Final Shape and whatnot,
The Black Armory.
everybody's like wanting a third Darkness subclass. And I kind of agree that we kind of need one that's like Juggernaut slash Berserker. That makes sense. My thoughts were like, do it to where it drastically affects the character's base stats, not the armor stats. For example, Titan's version of it could be where it disables jump and reduces the character's base mobility down to basically like 1 or something, but ups like weapon damage and resilience to 100% base damage, and allows the Titan to use whatever guns they have equipped to basically just become slow walking Juggernaut like tank. It just slowly walks across the battlefield, and the super doesn't consume energy. It triggers, and as long as the character doesn't die, then the super continues into it. Its time runs out, so it's more of a timed thing than a drain. But of course, it would be classified as a wandering super, if you will. And it would replace the abilities, so there's no like primary attack available for it. It would replace the Titan's melee into a sort of homing cluster barrage, and replace the Titan's grenade with a cluster version of whatever grenades they have equipped, while replacing Titan's class ability with an overshield that can be triggered. But at the same time, drastically increasing recharge rates, weapon damage. While it's active, you get infinite ammo on all your weapons. Some weapons will get bottomless clip. So, yeah, Berserker Juggernaut for Titan, definitely. Of course, one thing that would be done was, for the Titan's version of it, especially, would be to reduce the base stat of recovery to 0. So the Titan can't recover any health or whatever while the super's active. In addition to, outside of triggering the class ability, which is an overshield. Another thing that would help this is it can be manually. The supers can be rage supers can be manually disengaged, which decreases the recharge rate or time before they can be used again, but also decreases the duration of where they are penalized. And yes, I'm thinking it would be a penalized super, kind of like Strand was in the campaign of Lightfall before you mastered it, but more permanent. It's a temporary debuff, basically, that lasts longer the longer you were in the rage mode or in the rage super. It drastically weakens you so that you're an easy target once it ends.
I'm here
But
next time you leave here.
Definitely not an easy target. Period. However, I would also think that to give the Titan a slow glide down, like how in free roam areas the hunter or warlock can slowly slide down. And of course, it doesn't matter ADS, so it mimics the effects of what was it? Heat rise is basically the gliding effect here. For the Titan will engage, but you can't exactly jump. So you slowly glide if you hit air at all until you hit the ground, and no ability to manually jump. Well, manually double jump would probably be better, but you get the idea. With mobility reduced to base mobility reduced to about, I would say, 1%, you would move super slow and jump barely anything, do anything but wall climb, which would balance it out. The Warlock side, as Warlock's more designed to be a space wizard, it would be something more along the lines of the Warlock wouldn't be able to be on the ground, but it would be a long-range barrage capability using all that space magic capabilities. Now, the Hunter is the one that I put the most thought in. So its super would have several different fragments without or aspects, that was it. So without the aspects, it's just balanced, not strong in anything, but it's essentially a berserker type thing. So with the first aspect, you'll get, and it just call it the super Wrath of the Wild. And the first aspect would be Tiger's Fury. So when activated, it would cloak the hunter in a raging crimson flame, but with Tiger's Fury, that flame would be more shaped as tiger. It would be balanced and focused on doing large amounts of damage to multiple targets using hit and run attacks. So with max out agility, damage resistance, and strength with Fury of the Tiger. So that you're literally bolting in, punching or clawing one, going to the next, clawing one, and going around in basically a circle, just hitting, running, everything. A universal effect, of course, would be that activating the super intimidates the AI in the game. So a lot of the red barred enemies will end up running away in a panic, kind of like Halo Grunts used to do. And it could be homage to that. Now the other aspects would be, for Hunter, would be Kong's Fury, because Gorilla Fury is just too long. And that would be more of the tank. It sacrifices mobility and damage to have the maximum possible base resilience. Essentially, with maxed out resilience stat bar, like I currently have in my Warlock, which has a damage reduction of 30% when it's stacked to the Hunter's Wrath or Khan's Fury, it would bring the grand total up to 330% damage reduction, essentially. In exchange, it uses grapple attacks and is the slower moving. Then there would be Wrath of the Cobra, which would be more of a ranged hit and run, using basically grenades instead of melee, unlike the other ones. And the last one, of course, was got the name of it. Oh, it was a homage to Halo. Warthog's Theory, focusing on full body charges, maxing out mobility, basically up to 330%, but only in a straight line. So, not really able to dodge, insane forward speed capabilities, and basically makes the Titan's shoulder charge look like you're slapping people with wet paper. That would be a very fun way of integrating Fury to the game. But outside of that, that's just my thoughts, of course. But outside of that, I would love to see old locations and activities return after the final shape, because essentially the darkness has removed planets. There used to be a lot more planets, and we can sort of get to Mars through Saturn's throne world. So what if after, as part of the final shape, we get access to the reef and like Saturn and all the planets from Destiny, planets and locations from Destiny 1 and 2 before they sunset locations, but also have versions of them that are different here within the Traveler And instead of legends showing up like this, move the legends itself into the Traveler so that they can return all of Destiny 1 into his raids and retired activities such as seasonal content, and bring back the stories that you can relive so that you can play literally Destiny 1's entire story all the way to Destiny 2's entire story through the final shape at any given time through the Traveler's existence while you're inside the Traveler, basically. I would love to see that capability. It would be difficult, I don't doubt, and it would be server intensive, but it would be really cool to be able to just go through all that and relive it, especially if you could go through old areas via the Traveler and they're different. And all the people that have had long-term exposure to the Guardians, Cayde, Amanda Holiday, Rasputin, because they were exposed to the Guardians, or the player's Guardian, light for so long, when they died, they somehow got absorbed into the Traveler. So they're alive within the Traveler, but not outside the Traveler. That would be something else. And it would also have a more understandable explanation for how Cayde's coming back. Because it's not like it's Cayde 7, it's still Cayde 6. But those are essentially my thoughts on the matter. And so I ask you, the viewers, what kind of changes do you want to see come as part of the pre-Whitefall, or not pre-Final Shape content being added, Final Shape content, and after the Final Shape, as far as the way Destiny plays, evolves, and has available? Personally, and I believe that they should just break up the Final Shape into several different chunks, work on one chunk and release it early so that there's not a content drought when Season of the Wish is supposed to end, now that they're delaying the Final Shape. And that way the expansion is more dragged out in a way that gives them time to continue to work on it. And improve on it in pieces, in phases and chapters, if you will. Another thing that they should do is, with that thoughts, are on my thoughts on what they should do on that, would be to, where is it? For those who played Taken King, which those who managed to play Rise of Iron before Destiny 2 many believe that Rise of Iron's actually on the better quality end than Taken King was. Just not as widely as available and suffered, but for those who played it, there's the Dreadnought, Imagine being able to revisit the Dreadnought in its current state in Destiny 2, or go in the and also hop into the Traveler and go into the older Destiny 1 version of the Dreadnought. If they did some sort of integration like this as part of the final shape or after the final shape, if they played their cards right and did it right, they could technically merge Destiny 1 and 2 and call it just Destiny or Destiny Free to Play, and repurpose the Destiny 1 servers entirely for Destiny 2 that way, because nobody would be missing anything with it all in Destiny 2 anyways. But again, those are my thoughts, and I'd love to see the viewers put out their own thoughts, desires for Destiny's future in either the comments of YouTube or the chat on my Twitch. However, unless there's any chat, I'm pretty much done with this video. I don't know the video sync. I do know that the stream preview is good 40 seconds or so behind what I'm actually doing. So I'll wait till the stream counter says 75 minutes.
Recording data. Recording data that nobody else but those you are allowed to.
I suppose Revision Zero's Catalyst could be part of return of the operation. But 75 minutes, and as I don't see any chat to the video, I am signing off. Until next week, everyone.